She carried a secret for 60 years. Ordered to stay silent, threatened into obedience, until the silence weighed heavier than death itself. Her name was Matilda Donovan Mroy, a military nurse stationed in 1947, and she claimed to be the only human who ever spoke with the survivor of Roswell. What she revealed before her death would terrify an entire generation. If her words were true, then everything we think we know about humanity is a lie. Matilda was just 23. A young nurse in uniform, assigned to drive a high-ranking officer across the desert. She had no idea her orders would take her straight into the most guarded secret in American history. Under the blinding New Mexico sun, confusion turned to fear. Soldiers whispered. Trucks moved at night. Something had fallen from the sky, something no one dared name out loud. Her superiors soon gave her a new role, no longer just a driver, but a nurse called upon for her medical skill. When she entered that hangar for the first time, the air was thick with the stench of burnt metal. And on the ground before her, she saw them, figures not of this earth. The desert was silent the night the craft fell. A sudden flash, a terrible roar, then the metallic crash, shards scattered like fallen stars. Matilda recalls the bitter cold that seeped through her bones as she approached the site. Two bodies lay near the twisted wreckage, fragile, pale, almost translucent. They were not human. Their skin looked like wax, their limbs too slender, too delicate. One was lifeless. The other, still breathing. Eyes open, but not like any eyes she'd ever seen, endless black voids, watching, waiting. She felt a chill wrapped around her soul as the alien survivor's gaze locked with hers. And then, something incredible happened. The being didn't speak out loud. It didn't need to. Its voice was inside her mind, calm, cold, and sharp. I am Errol, it told her, and that name echoed like a distant thunder in her thoughts. Matilda became more than a nurse, she was a bridge between worlds. The alien's body, a fragile doll, was just a vessel for a consciousness far beyond human comprehension. She described how it used telepathy, how it shared thoughts, emotions, and secrets without a single word spoken. Fear mixed with fascination. Matilda felt the crushing weight of what she was witnessing, the impossible made real. And in that silent communication, she understood the alien's mission was complicated, dark, but deeply purposeful. Errol's words were not just information, they were a revelation. Through their silent bond, Matilda learned that Earth was no ordinary planet. It was an outpost on the edge of a vast galactic civilization, ancient, powerful, and cold beyond measure. Errol spoke of a universe filled with wonders and horrors, where civilizations rose and fell like fleeting shadows. Their own race was thousands of years older than humanity, with knowledge and technology that seemed godlike. Yet, despite all their power, their mission here was desperate. The Earth, Errol said, was a prison. Not a prison with walls and guards, but a cosmic cage hidden in plain sight. A zoo. A botanical garden. Or worse, a place to exile those condemned by an empire so vast, it spanned entire galaxies. Matilda shivered as the weight of this truth settled in her bones. How many of us are just prisoners, unaware of the chains we cannot see? Imagine a world where freedom is an illusion. Matilda's mind raced as Errol revealed the darkest secret of all: Earth was a dumping ground for exiles, criminals, undesirables, even those who defied a cosmic regime billions of years old. For 30,000 years, this planet has held souls shackled by invisible bars. The planet no longer belonged to its inhabitants, it belonged to those who cast out the prisoners. The thought is terrifying. The stars above, silent watchers, became symbols of a cage none of us can escape. Matilda's quiet horror grew with each revelation. If the Earth itself is a prison, what does that mean for humanity? Are we the captives, or the captors? After Errol's death, Matilda was given a choice: forget everything. The government demanded absolute silence. Threats whispered behind closed doors promised more than just secrets, they promised erasure. She felt the crushing weight of the secret she was forced to carry alone, a burden that twisted her soul. Every day was a battle with fear, with guilt. The truth was a poison she couldn't share, a ghost that haunted her waking moments. For 60 years, Matilda lived in shadows, her story locked away beneath layers of lies and silence. Until the silence became unbearable. In her final years, frail and worn, Matilda could no longer bear the weight. The secret was killing her faster than age ever could. She reached out, sending letters and transcriptions to a man named Lawrence Spencer. "I cannot take this to the grave," she wrote. "The world must know." Her revelations would soon ignite a firestorm of controversy, and her death only deepened the mystery. The truth she carried vanished as quietly as she did, but the shadow of her story remains, whispering from the edges of belief and disbelief. In 2008, Lawrence Spencer published Alien Interview, a book claiming to reveal everything Matilda had shared. Transcripts, letters, and photos blurred the lines between fact and fiction. But with the original evidence destroyed, the only proof left is the chilling text itself. Was this the truth exposed, or a story carefully crafted to deceive? Skeptics quickly pointed out glaring inconsistencies. Military ranks that didn't exist in 1947, words like computer, before their time, dates written in the British style, and Spencer's ties to Scientology, where similar ideas like the prison planet already existed. Many in the UFO community declared the story a fraud, discrediting genuine witnesses and dismissing Matilda's tale as fiction. But whether deception or revelation, Alien Interview challenges everything we think about Roswell, and beyond. Whether Matilda's story was real or an elaborate fiction, it leaves a lasting shadow. It forces us to stare into the abyss and question our freedom, our place in the cosmos. Are we truly masters of our destiny, or pawns in an ancient game beyond our understanding? The universe might be darker and more complex than we ever dared imagine. At the edge of belief and doubt, one thing remains clear: some secrets refuse to stay buried. And if Matilda was right, then perhaps none of us were ever free to begin with. What do you believe? A hidden truth locked in silence, or a tale spun from imagination? At Beyond the Sky, we dive deep into mysteries like this, exploring every shadow and secret. Subscribe now, hit the bell, and join us as we uncover the unknown, because some truths are stranger than fiction.